On Global TV News Express, resident doctors suspend nationwide strike, signs memorandum of understanding with federal government. In business, crude, other constraints limit Nigeria's refining capacity. On the foreign scene, 4 die, 10 injured in California family gathering shooting. And in sport, High Game Girls Championship kickoff opens in Abuja as Pat Ayegba sets sights on victory and national expansion. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. And now, the news in details. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has suspended its nationwide indefinite strike after reaching an agreement with the federal government. In a post shared on his X handle on Saturday, President of the association, Mohammed Suleiman, confirmed the suspension of the strike. He said the suspension of the industrial action follows a series of conciliatory meetings with the federal government and the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, that details the state of the 19-point demands of the association. And now heading to Imo State, where the government says it is taking steps to attract more investors to improve the economy of the state. One of such steps involves proper land administration, which is key to industrialization. Governor Hope Uzodinma makes this known while commissioning a new digital platform that improves transparency in land management. Global Television correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports from Owerri.
The drive to rebuild investors' confidence in Imo State takes another step forward with the launch of the Imo Land Information Service Center, a digital platform that allows anyone to remotely verify the status of land across the state. Governor Hope Uzodinma says the system marks the end of years of land-related fraud, multiple sales, and what he called land grabbing, assuring residents and investors that the era of uncertainty is over.
Today, with due humility, marks the end of an ugly era, the era of corruption in a non-existent land administration system, the era of land grabbing, the era of stealing lands because you think it belongs to nobody.
Governor Uzodinma adds that the new platform forms part of broader reforms aimed at making Imo State a more reliable destination for private investment, noting that credible land documentation remains a key concern for businesses and developers.
With the deployment of this system today, I have no doubt in my mind that our internally generated revenue will almost double, if not triple. And we will have more money to work for Imo people.
The Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, Chimezie Amadi, says the project aligns with the government's digital reform agenda and aims to modernize governance, improve transparency, and strengthen public trust.
In alignment with His Excellency's vision, Your Excellency, this event demonstrates your unwavering commitment to modernize land administration, promoting transparency, and delivering faster and citizen.
With land administration now digitalized, the state government believes the new system speeds up transactions, reduces disputes, and opens more opportunities for economic growth. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reporting for Global TV News.
And now to international politics, where former Nigerian president and chairman of the West African Elders Forum, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, says no coup occurred in Guinea-Bissau, despite widespread reports of a military takeover. Jonathan made the clarification after returning to Nigeria following days of unrest in Bissau that triggered global concern. Our correspondent, Obong Usoro, reports.
Gripped the West African sub-region after a heavy gunfire erupted around key government institutions in Guinea-Bissau, sparking fears of another military takeover. Several international observers, including former President Goodluck Jonathan, were in the country at the time and had to be evacuated as uncertainty deepened. But speaking after his arrival in Abuja, Jonathan said the incident was not a classical military coup, insisting that President Umaru Embalo remained fully in charge of state affairs. Jonathan described the situation as an internal power struggle within the security architecture rather than an attempt to overthrow the democratic governance.
Basically, what happened in Guinea-Bissau is quite disturbing to me, who believes in democracy. In fact, I feel more pained than the day I called Buhari to congratulate him when I lost the election as a sitting president. Because I've been quite particular about Guinea-Bissau. As a sitting president, then Guinea-Bissau was in crisis.
Jonathan explained that the circumstances surrounding the event in Bissau were strange and unlike any coup he had observed in the past. He also urged ECOWAS and the African Union to continue to monitor developments closely to prevent instability from spreading across the region.
And what is happening is like we are going back to those dark days of Guinea-Bissau, where the military can do whatever they think they can do. It's totally not acceptable.
Jonathan reaffirmed the commitment of regional leaders to protecting democracy, strengthening electoral systems, and preventing the resurgence of military rule in West Africa. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
Former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has confirmed that he honored an invitation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, over allegations he described as fabricated, saying he would keep Nigerians updated in the interest of transparency. Malami revealed that the engagement with investigators was completed and that he had been released on the understanding that he would return on a scheduled date for further questioning. The Commission has not yet disclosed the full scope of the inquiry, though Malami says he is confident that the truth would emerge as investigations progress. Now, gifting is an age-old tradition that continues to strengthen relationships and build community harmony. The culture has contributed in keeping strong relationships within members of a community. As social and economic pressure rise, many Nigerians are rediscovering the power of gifting, not because they have much, but as a little kindness goes a long way. Our correspondent, Saadatu Garba, tells us more.
Across communities, from urban centers to rural neighborhoods, the culture of gifting has long been woven into everyday life, from sharing food with neighbors to exchanging souvenirs during celebrations. But the tradition is slowly fading as modern lifestyle make people more isolated and focused on individual survival. Gifting is not just about material items, it is a social glue that keeps communities connected. It builds trust, appreciation, and a sense of belonging in the society.
Okay, gifting is a very beautiful thing, and gifting comes with a lot of benefits. It comes with opening of doors, blessings, and it comes with putting smiles. You put smile on people's face, smile will also come to your life. So I feel giftings open a lot of doors that you even cannot fathom. You see, gifting also brings in help from where you don't expect.
Despite economic hardships, gifting remains a culture that should be continued. It doesn't have to be expensive. Simple gestures like sharing fruits, helping with chores, offering food to the needy, or offering emotional support can make a significant difference in someone's life. Experts also highlight that gifting boosts mental health for both the giver and the receiver. It reduces stress, strengthens social bond, and promotes positive behavior, particularly among young people.
I think the benefit, there are many, but for my little understanding, I can say the benefit of the culture of gifting, it puts the society in a situation whereby everybody and every society, every entity, anybody that is residing within the environment gains a sense of belonging to one another. It gives us that stand to help each other, that communication, that oneness.
In a society where many people face emotional and financial struggles, gifting becomes more than tradition. It becomes a tool for social support and unity. Encouraging the culture of gifting isn't about wealth, It's about kindness, empathy, and community spirit. As society continues to evolve, experts say reviving this tradition could help create a more connected and compassionate nation. Sadatu Garba, reporting for Global TV News.
Let's now turn our attention to education, where homeschooling has emerged as a growing alternative for parents seeking more control over their children's learning experience. With digital resources expanding and online platforms becoming more accessible, families are embracing flexible, personalized models that differ sharply from the mainstream school system. Our correspondent, Nafisa Baba, takes a closer look on homeschooling in Nigeria.
In recent years, homeschooling has become an increasingly popular option for families seeking an alternative to traditional public or private schools. With the rise of digital learning platforms, online resources, and changing attitude towards education, more and more parents are taking control of their children's learning. In this special report, we will explore the world of homeschooling, its benefits and challenges, and what it means for the future of education.
Because of the current situation of Nigeria now, insecurity and all that, I would say every parent should have a teacher for their child.
Homeschooling offers several benefits, including personalized learning and attention, flexibility in scheduling and pacing, ability to tailor education to individual learning styles, reduce peer pressure and social conflict, increase family time and bonding.
For a country where their infrastructure is highly developed, where you will not have issues when it comes to network issues, there is nothing wrong with online. But like in Nigeria, where we're still developing, I think it's better for children to have physical classes rather than online.
While home training can be a great option for some families, it also presents several challenges and concerns, including lack of socialization and social skills development, limited access to resources and facilities, potential biases in curriculum and teaching, increased responsibility and burden on parents.
If you look at the international community and look at the Nigerian system, the welfare of teachers has never been considered. And this is the motivational variables that every individual needs to look forward to.
As technology continues to evolve and improve, it's likely that homeschooling will become an even more viable and attractive option for many families. With the rise of online digital platforms, virtual reality, and other digital tools, homeschooling is becoming increasingly sophisticated and effective. Nafisa Baba, Global Television News.
In a nation where digital technology is expanding at record speed, another industry is growing in the shadows. Online scams. From fake investment schemes to romance fraud, the numbers keep rising, and so do the victims. Global Television's correspondent Sadia Yakubu completes the report.
Across Nigeria, certain cities have become hotspots for internet fraud. The tools, laptops, VPNs, foreign numbers, and carefully crafted online personals. Most scammers operate in small groups. They target foreign victims using romance scams, phishing, or fake e-commerce stores. But now, more Nigerians themselves are being scammed, especially through fake investment and crypto schemes shared on social media.
A whole lot of our youths are unemployed and unemployable. You know, they are two different things, but though related. And so by the time there is so much economic pressure on them, you know, to try to meet their basic needs, you know, societal needs and all that, and the resources is not there, they are not earning much. There is this tendency for them to be pressured into going into scam.
From social engineering to fake online love to fraudulent loan app that steal contacts and harass users, digital scam operations are becoming more sophisticated and more aggressive.
Of my colleagues where I know were not working, we graduated almost 3 to 4 years back, serve, and they are still here, you know, no job. You know, when you see somebody or a friend that is into this kind of business, no, you don't need to influence you.
For some young people, online scams have become a shortcut to wealth. Social media glamorizes soft life and flashy lifestyle that fraudsters often display. But behind every stolen dollar is a victim.
If government can do something by provide a conducive environment, especially job for the young people, I think the rate of this crime will be reduced.
Experts warn that The rise of cybercrime damages Nigerians' reputation internationally, reduces investors' confidence, and puts honest digital entrepreneurs at a disadvantage. In order to stop or reduce online scams, the following must be organized: digital literacy classes, cyber safety seminars, government policy meetings, among others. If you receive messages that sound too good to be true, they probably are. Verify every online transaction, protect your personal information, and report suspicious activities to the authorities. Nigeria's digital future is bright, but only if we fight the dark corners of cyberspace together. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, 4 die, 10 injured in California family gathering shooting. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories. On the other side of this break, please stay with us. You're welcome back, and now to business news, where Nigeria's midstream and downstream petroleum sector remained hampered by low refinery utilization despite a combined installed capacity of 1.125 million barrels per day. According to fact sheet on the state of the midstream and downstream sector released, the country recorded only 61.58% refinery utilization between the first and third quarter of 2025. A performance that regulators link to technical constraints, crude supply limitation across refineries, and repeated downtime at government refineries. In the meantime, Nigeria has taken a major step towards becoming home of one of Africa's most significant financial institutions for the energy sector. The federal government says all requirements for the takeoff of the Africa Energy Bank have now been fully met, positioning the country as the center of the continent's next phase of oil and gas investment. Kikelomo Okere reports.
Nigeria's drive to anchor Africa Energy Future is entering its final lap. Months after winning the bid to host the headquarters of Africa Energy Bank, the country says the facility is now complete, fully furnished and ready for operations. During an inspection in Abuja, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Enikin Lokobiri, confirmed that Nigeria has delivered on every obligations required of host nations. He says the $5 billion bank was created to close long-standing funding gap in Africa oil and gas sector, gaps that Apple says have left the continent heavily dependent on external financing, restricted technology access, and limited market control.
Apple and African Bank are the drivers of this process, to facilitate the takeoff, of the bank. But what Nigerians, and the world need to know today is that as a host country, we have met all our obligations, and the building is ready. The bank is ready to go.
So have you handled? With Nigerian readiness now confirmed, the continent moves closer to a new financial institution designed to reshape how African funds develop and benefit from its energy wealth. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
Making rounds on the foreign scene, 4 people were killed and 10 wounded in a shooting at a family gathering in California on Saturday night. United States Police calls it an targeted incident. The shooting took place inside a banquet hall in northeast of San Francisco. Sheriff's Office spokesperson told reporters at a news briefing that the victims were taken to a local hospital, adding that information on the shooting was limited. And now to sports, where the 2025 High Game Girls Football Championship has kicked off in Abuja with renewed promise for the girl child, as founder and sole sponsor Dr. Pat Ajuma Ayegba unveils plans to expand the fast-growing grassroots tournament nationwide. Our correspondent Aniete Patrick reports on a remarkable opening that blends opportunity, ambition, and rising talent.
At the Area 3 Sports Complex in Abuja, the atmosphere was electric as 16 teams marched onto the pitch, each one representing a dream, a hope, and a chance at discovery. The 2025 Hagame Girls Championship, running from November 29 to December 6, has become one of Nigeria's most credible talent pipelines for young female footballers. And once again, founder and sponsor Dr. Pat Ajuma Ayegba is carrying the full financial burden: free jerseys, bibs, balls, logistics, and registration for every team.
I have seen firsthand this football is not just an exciting game. It's something that the girl child can easily use to get their mind off crime, off a lot of abuse and unfair treatment.
Originally as FCT-only event, the championship now covers the entire north-central region, and with growing interest from across the country, Ayegba confirms her game will go nationwide by 2026. Beyond funding and structure, the tournament has already produced tangible results. Last year's most valued player, Queen Joseph, returned as a mentor, fresh from finishing as Nigeria's top scorer at the Morocco 2025 Under-17 Women's World Cup. And on the pitch, defending champions Fosler Academy opened their title defense with a narrow 2-1 win over Hovel Prime. Generation Next dominated the day with a 5-0 victory over Emirates Queens, while SIK Paragon and Bear Ladies also secured the wins.
A huge applause to the organizer of this tournament, because through this, a lot of girls have been motivated.
Organizing committee co-head Moses Bako described the championship as one of Nigeria's most transparent and impactful youth tournaments, with 16 teams competing for only 8 quarter-final slots. Match Day 2 promises even fiercer action, from Emirates Queens seeking redemption to Fosler Academy returning for back-to-back battles. Anie T. Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
As Global TV News Express comes to an end, here is a recap of our top stories. On Global TV News Express, we brought you that the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has suspended its indefinite nationwide strike after reaching an agreement with the federal government. In business, Nigeria's midstream and downstream petroleum sector remains hampered by low refinery utilization despite a combined installed capacity of 1.125 million barrels per day. On the foreign scene, 4 people were killed and 10 wounded in a shooting at a family gathering in California on Saturday night. And in sport, the 2025 Hagim Girls Football Championship has kicked off in Abuja with renewed promise for the girl child, as founder and sole sponsor Dr. Pat Ajuma Ayegba unveils plan to expand the fast-growing grassroots tournament nationwide. That's it on News Express. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using our Global TV NG. I am Mukhtar Kasim, saying a very big thank you for watching.